So in case you want to stay up to date with the AI models that currently exist, this website called artificialanalysis.ai is a very good website. I personally find this website very useful, and it helps me, stay up to date with a lot of trends in the market. So let me just give you a quick overview of this website. So this is their homepage. The first chart in depth you'll see is of intelligence. So currently, like, this chart shows that the topmost intelligent AI model right now is Claude Fable 5, and this has an intelligence of 60. And then the second one is Claude Opus 4.8, which has 56 as its intelligence index. And then you'll see all other companies, like GPT is third, OpenAI GPT. And fourth is GLM 5.2. This is a Chinese company, and this is an open weights model. Then there's a cost per intelligence index task. So right now, Claude Fable 5 is the most expensive one, which leads in cost. And then the second one is Claude Opus. And the third one is Mistral. And then is Claude Sonnet. So you have a list over here. The cheapest one is GPT OSS from OpenAI. So this is a chart for that. So this was the home page. So just to keep the video a bit short, I'll go to the next page. So I want to start with like AI trends here. And here they have the first chart as frontier language model intelligence over time. Then they have the second chart called capital expenditure by major tech companies over time. So if you see the latest quarter, like Q1 2026, currently Google leads the way with $36 billion invested. Actually, Amazon leads the way with $43 billion invested. Second is Google with 36. The third is Microsoft with $31 billion. And then there's a chart by country as well. So the topmost leading one is in the black line, which is United States. The second is China. The third is orange, which is France. So France is the third country leading. The fourth seems to be blue. Blue is South Korea. So South Korea is also having 13 models, that 13 frontier models. And the fifth one is purple. Purple is Canada. Like, I didn't know Canada even made like AI models, because I've not heard any major one in the news. So, it was a surprise for me when I saw this. And then you have other countries like UAE. UAE has 14 models. And it's the topmost is called K2V2. So I didn't know United Arab Emirates also has, frontier models, or they're developing. Then you have Israel, India, Spain, and Switzerland also on the list. Then we can go to the next menu, which is speech, image, video, music. And here you can come and see, like, for different categories. Like, let's check image generation first. So in the text to image leaderboard, like, you give a prompt to create a text and the image gets created. The first one is OpenAI. Second one is Microsoft AI with their MAI-image-2.5 model. And there's High Dream, there's OpenAI again, there's Google and Nvidia. So like, there's a whole list over here. Then let's check out text to speech, which is a very common use case because people want narration in their YouTube videos. So this is for that. So in this, the Cartesia Sonic 3.5 model is the top one. It got released in May 2026. Then Google Gemini 3.5 Flash is there. Then Alibaba, which is a Chinese company, has a model. And I just want to see where 11 Labs is. So 11 Labs is at 10th. And then you have all the other models here. So the whole chart is here. Then let's check video generation. So in video generation, the topmost is ByteDance with their C-Dance model, which got released in March 26. Then there's Alibaba with Happy Horse models. There's Skywork, there's Kling, and Google is at 9th. So now let's go to the next menu, which is coding agents. So let's start with chatbots first, because that's like a very common use case. So if you see the standard plan options for chatbots, ChatGPT Plus seems to be like on top. Then there's Claude Pro. Then there's Google's AI. Then you have OCR and document processing. So basically, OCR is when like you have a PDF and you want to get answers from the AI. So the model reads your PDF document and answers insights from that document. So in this, currently Amazon's Amazon Text Tract leads the way. Then there's Azure Document Intelligence, which is second. Then there's Google's Document AI, and there's fourth one is unstructured.io. So like the whole list is there. Let's see coding now, because coding is a big use case in the tech industry. So for coding performance, the leading one is Claude Code Fable 5. Then Codex GPT is second. And then again, Claude Opus is third. Then again, GPT 5.5 is fourth. And mostly you have Claude and OpenAI GPT leading the way. And then you have a mention of Cursor CLI and Gemini CLI. And then if you're interested in hardware as well, then there is a menu here. And personally, I have not looked into it much, but if you are interested in the hardware side of AI, then they have, probably benchmarks here somewhere. So yeah, this was a short overview of this website. I find this very, very useful. And, I didn't know that so many Chinese company existed, which I only came to know after I checked this website. So a lot of good information, and you can check this out if you're interested. It will keep you up to date with all the AI models as and when they release in the future and which exist. So yeah, this was it for the video.